Today, you are in for a treat. We are showing you our #1 fan favorite turkey chili, aka our California turkey chili. We call this California turkey chili because we invented this recipe in California working with all of our clients in our private chef business. California tends to be a sort of health-focused food scene, and so that being said, we used ground turkey in this recipe along with as many vegetables and things we could jam into it, and it is incredible. It's so delicious. So let's walk you guys through this recipe. It's fairly easy and simple. It's just got a lot of ingredients, but it's worth it. First off, start with a big soup pot and then just turn it on medium-high heat. All right, so once your pot is nice and hot, we're gonna add our 1 tablespoon of olive oil and our diced red onion. We're just gonna saute the red onion until it's like slightly translucent, about 3 to 5 minutes. So what I mean by translucent is it's gonna go from this deep purple to a lighter purple. Okay, so now that these are all nicely sauteed, we're just gonna move all of the onion off to the outer sides of the pot to allow us a lot of surface room to brown our turkey. So we've got our ground turkey here, and then we'll just sort of kind of mush it flat and cover as much of that surface as we can so we can get lots of good browning on our ground turkey. Okay, so it's been sitting on this side for a little bit, so now we're gonna kind of flip it all over and just start trying to break it up as best you can. Okay, so the turkey has browned, it's nicely broken up. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the bell pepper, the garlic, all of the dried spices. We've got cumin, smoked paprika, some chili powder, and some chipotle powder for a little bit of that nice smoky heat. I like to just toss this through once over before I add the rest of the ingredients, just so that it's nice and evenly spread through and it gets a chance to sort of bloom all those dried spices. We're gonna add our salt, and then we're going to add all of the corn kernels and the cobs. So something really unique about this recipe is not only do we utilize the kernels of the corn, but we also utilize the corn cob to subtly flavor the chili as well. So we've already pre-grilled these out on our grill, and a really nice tip for getting corn off of your cob without it flying everywhere is just do it in a big wide mouth bowl and just sort of run your knife along it and it'll come right off. And I just sort of toss it all around, get everything kind of mixed. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. All right, now that the red bell pepper has just had a chance to slightly soften, we're gonna go ahead in with our chicken stock and deglaze the pot. And now let's add our diced tomatoes. And then we're also gonna add in the black beans and the kidney beans. So now we're just waiting for this to come back up to a boil. And while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and zest our lime and get the juice of the lime as well. All right, so we're gonna zest both these limes and use not only the zest, but also the juice of both of them. Just gonna mix up all that lime juice and lime zest in really well, and we're just continuously waiting for this to come back to a boil. Now that this has come back up to a boil, we're just gonna simply lower it to a simmer and let it simmer for an hour. So our chili has been simmering for 60 minutes. It is nice, it is thick, it is reduced, and it smells incredible. Check it out. So now we just wanna get rid of these corn cobs. They have done their job and they can now be disposed of. So if you want a little bit of a thicker and richer consistency, you can just take like a cup of it out and just blend it a couple times, pulse it, just so that it kind of comes together in a little bit of a thicker consistency, and then just stir that back in. Or you can use an immersion blender and just give it a few quick pulses and it will just combine really nicely. And that's it. And then simply just stir that in. It just gives it this really wonderful thicker consistency that's pretty typical with chili. So you're getting all the flavor and all the textures, and you still get this nice richness. This last step isn't necessary, but it does make a really nice thick consistency to the chili that I really love. Oh, it's thick, Look at the colors. It just simply looks like confetti. It's gorgeous. All those vegetables, beans, meat, tomatoes, spices. This is just gonna be amazing. Those spices are just perfect. That tanginess of the lime too just elevates it, makes it nice. It's not too heavy, but it is so rich and so warming. The spices just are just spicy enough to give you that little bit of that spice in the mouth, but not spicy where it's like blowing out your mouth. I love all the vegetables in it. They give it this nice texture that's just, and like especially the corn gives you that little bit of a pop texture. The turkey though, it's such a nice light version of like a heavier chili. You feel like you could eat 3 bowls full and not feel like overly full. Make this on your next cold day. It is so good. If you want to garnish it, you could crumple up some tortilla chips, add some cilantro or fresh chives. You could add on some sour cream or Greek yogurt or something to give it more of a cooling flavor, but as is, it is unbelievably delicious. So you can just eat it straight up. There you have it. So this is our California turkey chili. We hope you enjoyed as much as we do and all of our clients do.